So, you guys are looking to learn how to clone yourself in Davinci Resolve, right? Yep. You move over for a second. Oh, sorry. This video, I'm going to show you how to do just this. But first, I need to talk about some behind the camera stuff you have to know. Okay, so there are a few things that I need to mention behind the camera. My thing is normally the post-production side of filmmaking and stuff, but there are a few things to keep in mind when you're actually setting up your shot. One, this is the most important part. You have to have your camera locked off. There's no exception for this. Unless if you're going to do some big tracking thing, there's really nothing else you can do about it. Locking off your tripod is the best thing that you can do for creating a clone shot. And secondly, you have to have lights. For this shot, I have both of my softbox lights lit up and both pointing at this bed, which I'm about to shoot on right now. And I also have these lamps on. I also have the overhead lights on. This one's burnt out for some reason. And I chose this area because, well, my couch is very cluttered right now. And two, this should be a nice, easy shot to take because there is a line that I can actually split this shot in half when I'm in post-production. Those are the two things that you need to pay attention to when you are setting up your shot. Alright guys, so the first step in order to actually make this shot look good is to first drag in both of your different characters, your A character and your B character. I'm going to call this top one the A character, and I'll call this bottom one the B character. So the B character is the one that actually pops into the frame, and the A character is the one that actually leads the shot. So I'm first gonna lock this audio and video track of video 2 and audio 2, locking it so that way if I make a cut, it won't mess with the bottom one, which is kind of nice. Now, part of what makes the illusion of this good is actually the timing of it. So for each of these things that I'm actually saying to myself, I kind of took a mental note and timed it out in my head. So after appearing into the frame, I counted a certain amount of seconds that I thought would take for my other person to say the kind of stuff that he's saying. And then I proceeded to kind of just play along with that. So at the beginning of each shot, I said action. Right here, I said action. So I can cut right there. And then at the beginning of this shot, I also said action here. And then just drag them together. At the beginning of this, I kind of pop into frame and I can match up these audio waveforms to this guy's reaction. So now what you need to do with the A character, go up to your video clip in the inspector, go down to cropping, and then select crop left until he appears into frame and kind of get it right down the middle. That should be good. So you could leave it like this, but now there's a big gap. So now we have to fix the gap. And one thing we can do with that is take a still frame from later in the clip. We can go up to here, just find a spot that looks clear, right click, and then go to change clip speed, select freeze frame, okay, and then press Command D. Select 5 seconds, and that should stretch that out that we can now put back here. Nice thing about freeze frame is we can always adjust it later. And now that should be good. Now he pops in a frame nicely. One thing you can see here that kind of gives away the illusion is this really distinct line down the middle, and your lighting and your setup is not going to be the same every single time. So one thing you can do is go over to the right and drag the softness meter up a little bit, and then go up here and adjust the slider so it's about right. Perfect. That's looking a lot better already. That looks already so much better. Now he moves over, and this is where some keyframing animation is going to come in. Basically, what keyframes are different markers that you can change a variable and it will animate in between the different markers. So what we can do is we can go up to the crop left from where he starts to move, and then when he starts to grab there, go up to your crop left and select a keyframe, and we can also keyframe the softness because we might need to animate that as well. And I think we need to drag the softness down and move the slider a little bit so his hand is more in the frame, and then as he moves we can just slowly adjust this crop left to kind of follow the illusion, and that should be good for the rest of the frame. And then we can kind of just delete this top clip because he's out of the frame and we don't need him anymore. And to even enhance that, now that he's out of the frame, we can even add a cross dissolve right there, and that will kind of blend it back. It's kind of funny. I laugh at it. So yeah, guys, that is basically how you clone yourself. I hope this was helpful. Be sure to like and subscribe.